Hello everyone, this time I want to show you how I create this miniature cake, the orange slices, plus the base and the leaves. And if you watch until the end, I will share with you a list of materials and tools that I use. We always start with mixing the polymer clay colors. If we don't have already the colors that we are going to need, it's very important to know how to mix the ones that we have. I am using 2 popsicle sticks on each side to flat the polymer clay to the thickness that we're going to need. Once we do that, we're going to need a circular cutter for polymer clay of a diameter about 3 centimeters. Then we start to give it a more organic shape with our fingers, like so. And now we place the 2 pieces on a surface that is gonna be easy for us to work. We only going to add texture on the top of the cake and the side and the edges of the bottom part, like so. And remember, check the whole cakes before we pass to the next steps, just in case we forgot to add texture to any section. We're going to need translucent orange, white and translucent polymer clay to create the orange cane. First, I am mixing white with translucent polymer clay. Then I'm gonna create a snake with the translucent orange with a thickness of about 1.5 centimeters. And we start to make pressure with our fingers only in one side, like a tear shape. If the polymer clay it is too sticky, we can put it in the freezer for a few minutes. That way doesn't lose the shape when we're gonna cut it. The cuts that we are doing are about 2.5 centimeters long. And we put all this on the side so we can now make what is going to be the orange peel. And I am only using 1 popsicle stick on each side. For the cover of the translucent orange pieces that we have on the side, I am using 2 poker cards on each side. This part we need it as long as we can. If we do it like that, it will be easier covering the translucent orange part that we cut before. I am starting with completely covering one, like so. We check that we don't have any bubble and we cut the excess. With the next one, we only gonna cover the top part, just like this. And the rest of the sections we cover just halfway, like so. And make sure that always is the same side. When we finish to cover all the sections, we can start to put everything together. Now we fill up the center of the cane, adding translucent white. To have a more round center, we can use a backup of pencil or toothpicks, like so. Then we add the polymer clay and we cut the extra. We make pressure and then we add the last one of the pieces. Now we cover it all with what is going to be the orange peel, and for that I'm gonna use orange polymer clay and only 2 pocket cars on each side. First we add the translucent white polymer clay that we make before, and then we cover it all with the orange layer. We start to make pressure from the center to the sides all around, like so. If you like this video so far, please give us a thumb up and consider to subscribe. Your support always helps us a lot to create more and better tutorials for you. Once we have it in a certain size, it's better if we cut it in half. We pick one side and we continue doing the same movement with our fingers to create the cane. When it is small enough, we can start to roll it. And when we have the size that we are looking for, we can put it in the refrigerator so it doesn't lose the shape when we're gonna cut it. We place a few slices in a ceramic tile so we can start to add the texture to each one. I am using a needle tool that I sand the tip so it's not sharp. My intention is to result the tear shape that we make before. Then with a needle tool that have a sharp tip, I make thin lines inside of the tear shape. I make a little hole in the center like so. Before we bake everything, we're gonna place the orange slices over the cake in the design that we want. I am placing everything with no pressure because I don't want it to stick. Actually, I don't gonna bake it over the cake, but with the same form, slice over slice. When I have that done, I put it on the side and start to add the creamy polymer clay like so. If you wanna learn how to make creamy polymer clay like this one, I will leave a link for that video in the description box. Let me show you how we start to spread it all around with a toothpick and circular movements. When we add the orange slices, we don't need to make too much pressure, just enough to place it. And we do the same when we are adding the top, like so. Finally, at this point, we can bake everything together. To paint the polymer clay dessert, we normally use yellow, orange and brown, diluted with water. And with a small brush, we start with the yellow one to add the colors little by little. We always have to be very careful that we don't paint the section that is the icing. When we finish to paint the first layer, we start to make a mix between the yellow and the orange. Then we start with the orange and after that a layer of orange mixed with brown, and the last layer is going to be a little bit of brown, only in the edges, like so. I want to result more the texture of the orange slices, so I am adding a little bit of brown paint diluted with water only in the peel part, and we are done painting the cake. I have a circular wooden plate that is gonna be perfect to be the base of our miniature cake, with a diameter about 2.5 centimeters, and I am using acrylic paint in brick color and we let it dry. To make the cake leaves, I am using origami paper in green. Making a mark in the paper helps us to know where to cut with the needle tool that is not sharp and we used before. To cut the paper is better if we use a pair of nails scissors. We make a line in the middle like so. And then we just repeat the same process with a few more leaves. To glue everything together, I am using a strong multi-surface glue. And I add the glue little by little. Next, I place the cake and I try to put it in the center. I make a little bit of pressure and we are done. Before I glued the leaves, I place it in different areas to see where they look better. When I finally know where to put the leaves, I start by adding a little bit of glue on the leaves one by one. In here we have a complete list of all the materials and tools that we're gonna need to make our miniature cake. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy it, please give us a thumb up and subscribe. Your support is very important to us. And if you want to learn how to create more miniatures, please check these videos. See you the next time. Bye bye.